then let's dive into the lesson that I was in here for. So tell me about what was the objective of that lesson.
It was subtracting 2-digit numbers with regrouping.
And did you have students meet that goal?
Yes, I had quite a few. My exit tickets, I think I still have them, but I did have quite a few meet that goal. Definitely my higher kids. I think definitely though for my lower kids, kind of need to do maybe like a 2-digit like top number and then a bottom number be like a 1-digit, kind of to just simplify it a little bit more. I tried using like manipulatives and stuff and see if maybe that would work, but just because they're like, when you have like 76 take away like 36, it's just like getting all those manipulatives like set up takes so much time, and so it's just like trying to find different things. So then we went to like drawing 10 frames, and like, that worked a little bit, but like for those kids that like need something to hold on to, I'm kind of still trying to figure out like how,
So is there a part of that that you're saying, like even moving to a 2 to 1, is there like a conceptual thing they're missing with subtraction?
I think it's the whole just like borrowing from the tens place and like showing that.
Yes. So I don't remember, I just grabbed them from the exits again. I don't know if you had done lows or mediums, who had gone at that point. But, and looking in them, I mean, there was no concept of borrowing, regrouping, or even what they were doing. It seemed very, and some of them didn't even set the problems up. But even some of here, I guess this one didn't, I did that one. Some of the ones that did, you can still see, like, again, they don't really understand it. They were doing the steps that you had listed, I think, but you can see that, like you said, the concept of borrowing and what are they borrowing and making, it doesn't appear they really understand. And like I said, I don't know the random group I assorted here, but there was, Kristen's was the only one in there, and this one had one. And so thinking about that in your lesson, I want to show you this video of a teacher, their model of it, and see while you're watching it, think about how that was different from how you did your model.
We're going to first start with drawing out our place value blocks. We are only going to draw 53 because that's the total. Then we're going to take 29 away from 53. Just like in addition, we're going to start in the ones column. Uh-oh, I need to take 9 from 3, but I don't have 9. So now I'm going to regroup. I'm going to take a 10 and I'm going to put it in my ones column. And when I do that, I'm adding 10 ones. Since I changed my ones column here, I want to change my ones column in my problem. I took away a 10, so I'm going to get rid of that 5, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 on top of the 5, because now I have 4 10s left. I no longer have 3 ones. I have 3 plus 10 more. I have 13 10s. Now I
So you start to see there. What did you notice about how that teacher was modeling the problems and giving it to students compared to what you had?
It seemed a lot more like it wasn't just like one technique, and it was like, why are we like changing the tens place? Why are we changing the ones place? And I don't think I did a very good job of it. It was just like, you can't take away 9 from 3. So like, and plus like having like that visual with it, I think is really going to help a lot, because like even if you just look up on my board right now, it's just like you're just changing them out, and it doesn't really like, I just don't think that they're at a place yet to where that exactly makes sense for all of them. I think for my higher kids it does, but for my lower kids I need to have something more like this, which gives them like the visual and then like also the counting, because they're in a place where they know that the big blocks are hundreds, the small, like the medium ones are tens, and so like they know that, so now it's just incorporating that into like this, which I think will really help a lot.
Because here you can tell, like, she goes over like like you said, the visual, but it's also like the conceptual part of like a 10 actually breaks down to these ones and moves here. And I think that will start to help, like, especially looking at these exit tickets, students to understand what they're actually, opposed to just crossing numbers out and putting them. And I'm going to tell you, like, I remember, I was talking to Nick about this, and I was like, as a second grade teacher, like, I remember the same thing and doing it, and then afterwards being like, they didn't really, like, teach the kids the understanding, like, the why, or like you said, the bigger part of that. Like, you can teach them the steps, and I thought it was great, you have the steps.
Right.
And you can see here, they have steps too. I think you can use those. But this, even the way that this was set up, if you start to mix problems with regrouping and not regrouping, it's going to give the kids a quick technique to be like, oh, do I have this many to take away, yes or no? If not, I know what to do and why I'm doing that, opposed to this set, I do this, and I cross this out when I do this.
Absolutely, because we're going to do 3-digit non-regrouping this week, so I might introduce this then, so maybe they can just get comfortable with it like now, and then re-loop the regroup of the 2 digits.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think where I see going in to math is like our next thing to really focus on is working on conceptual understanding for students, and the process, not just the process, because you have great like steps and like this is what we're going to do, but the conceptual part of it.
Right.
And so to think about that when you have your math, like how you